Hey, it's your reigning supreme, the Dog Queen. Welcome back to my channel. And so today, we're finally looking at Oasis Lagoona. I have been waiting so long for her because I have been wanting new Lagoona dolls, and finally we're just getting 4 right at the end of the year, which is great. Because we were on a drought for so long. So I already opened up the Buried Secrets Lagoona, so will be my second Lagoona since she made her wonderful return. And this doll is gonna be like so much better than that Buried Secrets doll. I still really like the Buried Secrets doll, but this one is just so much better. So this is a brand new Skulltimate Secrets line, debuting. This is series 7, which is crazy, but we're now debuting a brand new packaging style of a suitcase, because they are travel themed, I guess, for the next 3 lines. So for this one, they are Destination Gorgeous Oasis. So we'll see what the Destination line brings us for Skulltimate Secrets, but we can see the little Monster High logo this time with a wavy holographic little print or whatever. And for the longest time, this is all we saw of the dolls for months. But, so as you can see, we have the weird-ass artwork because, let me just tell you, the artwork that they chose to do for these, wow, I'm all scrambled. The artwork style, like this style for Lagoona, always looks weird. Every single time. She just looks off. And this is no exception. She looks off. But yeah, we can see all that. Reveal a duel. And then on this side, we have Monster High, Skulltimate Secrets, Gorgeous Oasis. And then we can see some cabanas. Little palm tree with some skull coconuts. And then on this side, it just says Monster High, Skulltimate Secrets, Gorgeous Oasis. Then on the back, we can see everyone else from the line, which is very, very pretty. So I went ahead and got Lagoona and Jennifer today, and since it's Target Circle Week, I was able to get them for $25 each, which is great. Draculaura was also there, but you know, it's Draculaura. She's in like every single Skulltimate Secrets line. I can wait. So she will not be coming with me until much later down the line, but Jennifer will be next, spoiler alert. And these are made in China, which means that they will have much better quality control. And then there is her barcode if you need it. And now we can go ahead and get this part open because guess what? I already had to check if their screenings were good. So I carefully opened up that part to see if their screenings were good, and both of them checked the test. I'm not very picky, it's just like if it's very noticeable, then like it's very noticeable, but these two, Jennifer and Lagoona, were fine. So there is the packaging this time around. It is just a little suitcase. I brought over the original packaging because Lagoona did not get a elevator style packaging. This was series 1, so you can see the difference here. It is around the same height. These ones are actually taller. This one's to pop open. It was never secure very well, and I have stuff in there. Then size-wise, they're actually around the same width, which I wouldn't have expected, but they are, which is nice. And these ones you can mount on walls, but this one you cannot. At least, like, not design-wise like that, but it is possible. And as you can see, we have a lot more doors and colors going on here, but for this one, we just have this, like, aqua blue color similar to this one, and this coral pink color, which is kind of an in-between of these two pinks, closer to this pink, but is really pretty. Love coral pink. But yeah, I will get to other things that it shares with like this style of locker. But it's pretty thin and compact. I thought it was gonna be thicker. it is made out of, like I said, the aqua and teal, like kind of plastic. And I think this one has glitter in it. Let me see. Yeah, there's like a little bit of micro glitter in here, which is really pretty, very fun. And since it is a suitcase, on the side right here, we have the little combination way to lock and unlock it with a little Monster High logo right there. Then at the top, these ones specifically have a black spiderweb handle that just like folds up, and then the kid can carry it. So yeah, these are now more designed to be carrying cases. Like, this is definitely the best iteration of the packaging that we've gotten. So yeah, skullets in all four corners. Then we have this little tag right here that is holding the key. And for this, we have Lagoona right here, her little bubble, and then her skullette. We have this drink with a little octopus thing, palm tree, her scaly heart, some bubbles, sea stars, sea shells, this little beautiful shell down here that has a little rainbow gradient going on there, an umbrella, and then it says Monster High up here. And then on the back, we have a two more palm trees, close-up of the drink, spiderweb detailing, and a large photo of Lagoona holding the key. So yeah, behind the little pool thing. Then you can see all of the little crew-jinkers there that are holding her in. Because this style, to get more budget into the doll, has a lot less plastic use than the previous series, as it's just this little shell, and then we just have these large cardboard inserts. But people, to hang this up on the wall, just like put little hooks behind here, because you can push the cardboard back a little bit. And that's how people were able to hang these up on walls still, if you wish to. Now, the key sits snugly in here, but it is taped just in case. Yeah, so the key this time around is these little swirls right there, kind of mimicking clouds for Jennifier's release, and then a little skelette with little mystery mark. And it is this beautiful coral pink color. It is metallic, very, very pretty. And you can just like kind of click it back into here when you feel like it, when you're done with this, which is nice. And then we have this little cloud or like wispy pattern right here. So I'm sure this and this will change with each series, but like the majority of the suitcase will remain the same. But yeah, you can just unlock it, and there you go. You can now open this up and check out Miss Ghoul, and she is very pretty already. Yeah, you can see her in there. She's so pretty. Okay, let's go ahead and remove all of this stuff right here, and I will be right back. All right, so here is the inside of it. So it's supposed to be her little hotel room, which I think is so cute. So on this side, we have a little bit more photos. So we have a wish you were here. Then the three of them looking down a heart-shaped hole of some sorts. Kind of looks super realistic. Maybe it's AI, I'm not sure. But yeah, we see the three of them. Some more of the iconography from the front. Lagoona pulling a little silly face. And then we have some of her stuff that we see here, and that is her Monster Fest camera, but in blue. And then we have the three of them from the line with their fans. They look cute. And then on this side, we have the hotel room, which has a lot of Mesoamerica like type of stuff, since she is from Honduras. So we have all that little architecture there. And then the two little, I'm forgetting the name, but it's what Scalita this year has for her little theme. So that's really cute. We have some pearls right there, some nice little tiling. And then we see some of her accessories, a little treasure chest with teeth. Beautiful bouquet of flowers, some coral pearls. You can see the backside of the little pool with some bubbles rising up, some flowers going around here, jellyfish, like chandelier, which is gorgeous. Then on the sides, you can see some art deco of like an anglerfish, some more fish skeletons and coral, starfish. Same with this side. Actually, same stuff as that side. So yeah, really beautiful little hotel room. So when kids bring this around to play, they'll have like a little kind of backdrop. So they can be like, oh, let me go back to my hotel room and stuff like that. So I think that's really great for storytelling. So we're just gonna keep this right here, totally blocking our Halloween tour light, but that is okay. So we have our instructions that came in there, and this time they're not in color like the previous lines. Yeah, so it just shows everything that's in there, and we start off with what we did, and then 2 is you remove everything, then 3 is you open up both bags, starting with the lighter one, and then you go to the suitcases, and then you're done. So pretty self-explanatory, no mystery, no water reveal, just very straightforward. So yeah, before we do that though, we're gonna look at Lagoona. So she is so pretty. She has a brand new screening this time around, with eyes that are a little smaller and slightly farther apart, but are still, like, she's still so gorgeous. Her hair is primarily this, like, tealish, light blue color. It's really pretty, and it has a subtle crimp to it. And then we have her typical golden blonde up here, and also in little streaks. Looks very much like this is the sand and this is the water. It's really pretty. And then her forehead scales have now been changed to this little blue, like actual like scale pattern. And we have some blue right here and then some pink. Ugh, it's so pretty. And it's shimmery too. This is so good. And then she has slightly thinner eyebrows than usual. And then her makeup is this coral pink up here, and then up to the brow bone is some blue shimmer. It is so gorge. And then she has this like orangey, like coral pink color for the lips, and is very stunning. I love when they give like a kind of an orangey lip, but this is like a burnt orange kind of. It's really pretty. Then we have freckles with some stars in there, and it's so good. Very, very nice. I think my freckles were placed maybe slightly too low, but I don't know. I've gotten other Lagoonas with this exact freckle pattern, so I have, or placement, so I don't know. And then we have her earrings, which are little fish hooks with a skelet on them, and then some dangly stuff, so like a little fishing lure type thing, and this aqua blue that's metallic. Then we have this top that is supposed to look like a halter top, but thankfully they've learned to just do that, so it we don't have to worry about tying it, which is nice. And it is this like dark grayish blue with some holographic blue foil print on it with some like fish, plants, shells, you know. And then we have her arms and junk, which I can already tell by the elbow joint that this is a brand new sculpt. Yeah, that is definitely a brand new forearm sculpt, which means yes. So these now use the updated arm pegs that we saw introduced with Nephra. So we can actually pull off the forearm really easily, which that was most important with Lagoona due to her having the arm fins. So very glad for that. For her skirt, it is really pretty. It is this like teal tulle that has been gathered on the sides and kind of has this little flare out of ruffles. So it kind of looks like, I don't know, like tide, and then it's coming out and washing onto the shore. That's how I see it, but it's really pretty. And the bottom is just this black, like stretchy cloth material. So it looks like a darker teal than it is, which is really pretty. Awesome. And then for her legs, we have a brand new technique where we just have her pink and then the blue. But to make it like a soft transition, like Jennifiers, we have some like blue bubbles right here, which look pretty. And her like knee joint itself adds a little bit of a gradient, so I don't mind this at all, actually. I don't know why my camera's having a hard time focusing, but it looks great. I don't know if this is just for Skulltimate Secrets or if they're gonna go in and do this to all new Lagoonas, but I would not mind. But if we're gonna be updating sculpts, like arm sculpts, can we update the leg sculpt and add some scales on the legs, like Buried Secrets, please? Yeah, and then the leg fins are the exact same as usual. Yep, so there we go. That is her base doll, and this looks to be like a lighter pink plastic, and it's a lot softer of material, especially the hand, but it does come off pretty easily. So, I don't know. We will see how that fares in the future, because I know people are having issues with their arms breaking off. So, yeah, we'll just put Lagoona back there. Oh, I forgot to mention, she has fucking saran hair, which is crazy, because we haven't seen saran hair on Skulltimate Secrets since Wave 1. Since Wave 1. So, Lagoona is one of the rare characters to have 2 saran Skulltimate Secrets dolls. Draculaura, I'm sure, will join, well, already has that rank as well, and so Cleo, I'm sure, will join that rank soon, and Draculaura will break that with 3 in the next wave. But yeah, she's very gorge. But I will compare her with some other Lagoonas later in the vid, because we gotta open up everything. So I decided to start off with a lighter bag. So this is what the bags look like. Just a little suitcase with some iconographies of Lagoona. All right, so we have these little pieces, which are little shelving units made out of the same coral pink plastic as the key is. You see there's a little slide, like little grooves thing there, and then spider webbing and a little skelett with a hook. These are the exact same. And then we have her secondary pair of shoes, which are silver, which is interesting because she doesn't really have silver anywhere else. But whoa, these are cool. I wasn't able to see a good picture of them, but yeah, let's look at just one shoe at a time since they're mirrored. So we have some like coral, a little ship and seahorse down here. So it's kind of like a bottom of the sea. And then we have a bunch of like this Mesoamerican type of like print going across the rest of the sandal. There's a little toe strap with a flower, and then some pearls going across there and across here, and then a fishbone at the top right there, which I love the fishbone. Yeah, that is really cool. Then at the bottom we have her skelett, I think, and I don't know, some sort of like mandala type of pattern. Really pretty. So love these shoes. These are great and fun silver shoes, because Lagoona has gotten silver jewelry before, so this is gonna be fun to mix and match with. And then we also have her bag, which, okay, I have scissors. Why am I struggling? Which her bag is really pretty. It doesn't open like the previous Skulltimate Secrets bags, but is made out of this pearlescent white plastic and has blue, yellow, and pink right there. And it is very pretty, although I'm not sure why they chose yellow when orange is clearly a color here. So I wish that this was, even though I'm a big yellow bitch, I think that this should have been orange, because Lagoona screams more pink, blue, and orange to me. But it's okay, because I understand why they use yellow since it is a primary color, but it looks great. Love it. And it just looks like we have a little ribbon, some pearls, and then on the back we have 3 stars back there. Oh, no, it almost looks like it's a woven texture. So like, it's like a basket that she made. That's pretty cool. Yeah, love that. So beautiful bag. And then we also got this little teal key right here that has some like swirls on it, and is a heart shape. And then we have this bag, which has the same exact print, but just like darker blue. Oh, okay. So everything is wrapped in plastic in this bag, basically. So that's great. I wish that it wasn't, because it's a pain in the ass, A, and B, it just makes more plastic waste when that wasn't really necessary to do. So we have this these little sunglasses, which Lagoona has gotten a fuck ton of sunglasses this generation. So it's hard to make like unique sunglasses for her, but they did. So we have more of a squiggly type of thing going on there. Front has more squiggles and little silver paint on the front. So I guess it's supposed to kind of look like tentacles, and like that's like pearls. I don't know, or kind of like water. These remind me of her Skirt Ice Island sunglasses, but I don't know. They're interesting. And then moving on to this piece, it is the chest piece. So it is very pretty. So it is made out of this coral shimmery plastic with some like coral reef detailing right there, and some like faux chains. Then the shell itself is beautiful with some like filigree and like some hanging down bits, but it's this little pearl right here. Then we have the teal, the orange, and the pink. So it ends up like this part ends up making the lesbian flag. So like if we're not gonna get Gil, I guess this is the route that Lagoona is gonna go down, and I fully support her in that. But this is a beautiful top, and see what I mean? Like there's blue, orange, pink. So when we move on to the bag, kind of having it yellow throws off the color scheme a little bit, but I don't know, maybe they're supposed that this is like the pastel version. I don't know, but I do like this. And then lastly, we have this little fan. I don't know why this shit is having so much trouble focusing, but we have a little fan for her, and it is made out of this like, I don't know, bamboo looking plastic. And then you can see some like tentacles right here, pearl shell, and a bunch of, I believe it's supposed to be feathers. So like orange and pinkish feathers, which is kind of cool. So I don't mind that. Oh wait, this is a ship wheel. Okay, that's kind of better. That's even better. Okay, anyways, then we have these two like tealish aqua hangers. We see them every time. I don't really care for these. And then we have a silver little like luggage or like room key tag that is silver. Wait, did I already say that? I did. And it has 13 on it. And this, I believe, is supposed to hold all your keys. So we have the blue key, and then we have the main key, which is fun. So this harkens back to Series 1 with the key ring. So yeah, now we can move on to the luggage cases, starting off with this one, which is the same classic Lagoona teal color. And it is just a coffin shape with a little MH crest on the back. And then we have the handle up here, which has a skelet on it. And then the door itself is really gorge. It has this teal plastic that's very, very shiny and metallic, has some fishnets going down here, anchors, tentacles, big shell, more tentacles, really pretty. Then we have a heart-shaped lock here, which you have this portion, so like you can open it, but it's more fun to use this key, put in a little heart-shaped thing, and then when you twist it, you can pull it and it'll open. So even though it's not necessary, it makes it more fun, y'all. Like, just do it. So we have a few things in here, and another key. So there's another Monster High crest emblem right there, and then like netting in the inside. Yeah, we will look at the fabric pieces first. So we have this coral pink little brocade fabric skirt. It's really pretty. And it feels really like thick and nice. So this is a nice fabric that they used. But we have a little slit on the side, and the pattern here is her skelette, a little ship. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be, like a fish down there, and then tidal wave. So yeah, we have some fun stuff going on. And the little brocade print. I don't know how they do this, but it's fun. So yeah, I like this skirt more than that one, but that one's pretty as well. And then we have this material, which is like this nylon polyester kind of thing. And it's supposed to be like a little cardigan that you can put over it. And she just has these big little bubble sleeves, which are cool, but it's not my preferred style. At least I don't think so. But we just have elastic cord right here, and it is just like this kind of zigzag rip going across it, and it's like this mint green color. It's really pretty, and it kind of reminds me of like banana leaves, so that's fun. And it's just a serged edge across all of that junk. So yeah, that is a fun little piece there. And then we have the most versatile piece here, which is the head scarf thing. So it is meant to be a little bandana headscarf, but you can use it as other things, like as a secondary top or across like a sarong, like other things going around. But yeah, it's laser cut, so it's not going to fray, supposedly. We'll see. At least I don't think it's gonna fray. But we have coral pink, teal blue, or aqua blue, and then we have the shell right here with a little pearl, some tentacles, and this kind of looks like a mouth going across it. We have some kelp leaves, some anchors, more tentacles, a little spiral shell, and some pearls. So pretty fun print. And we just have Velcro here, so you don't have to tie it, which at least in the headscarf fashion, which I think is very nice for me because I would struggle with that. And then lastly, we have these shoes. So these are coral pink, taller little sandals with a little swirl heel down here with a shell on the heel. Kind of remind me of Dawn of the Dance Lagoona. And then we have like a bunch of rope that's knotted and kind of going about with some beads. Okay, that part wasn't cut all the way, but that is okay. And then we have more rope going up here, and it's just kind of all knotted together. And then we have a string of pearls that is painted. So that's fun. And then we can move on to the last little piece of luggage, which is this kind of light grayish blue color. And it has some micro glitter in there. And it is her skelette, which is really pretty. So we have the little fish ears and the scales. And then the lock part itself is a shell. And then she has some pearls right there. Really pretty. Then this key is just a little skelette. And again, you put it in, twist it, and then you can pull, which you technically don't need this. And here is her belt. So her belt is pearlescent white plastic, and then you can get it to be like really tight if you need it to. So maybe it can be like an anklet. I feel like that would be cute. But on it is 3 little charms. So we have a puka shell holding a anchor, a regular seashell holding a flower, and then we just have her initials right there. So cute. And this can also be like a waist bead kind of situation. So fun little uses there. And then for other things you can do is we have this part that clips on to here. So then she can carry her luggage like that, which is great. And then I can set up the rest of the room and I can show you everything that goes on. All right, so I have everything set up and she is in her first outfit. So we can look at the hotel room first. So as you can see, those are shelving units. Use the hangers to hang on the hooks, and you can use that. And then you can slide these into the other sides too, so you can any way you want. And then you can actually shut it with those still intact. So that is going to be easy for kids, so they don't have to worry about undoing it every single time. And then lastly, this thing turned into a little hotel kind of keychain thing where you like, there's your room, which reminds me of the Series 1 little keychain thing that we got for the little key ring. So yeah, kind of a reference to that one. So this whole entire compartment took both of the previous versions and made the best thing out of it, with upping the doll's quality as well. So this is, I hope once we get the 4th iteration of it, inevitably, that we get something better. And when I say better, I mean like maybe having a flap or like, yeah, like a little plastic door or something so you can see the doll's face and like close it. That's like the only improvement I can think to make. Other than that, perfect. And then the first outfit itself, we can see the little headscarf. It wasn't that hard to put on, actually. Like, I had both of the Incredibles Violet's dolls, and you know, I know my way around a little headband thing like this, and it's pretty easy. It lays down pretty nicely too. And then, wow, this thing sucks at focusing right now. So I added, or like I pulled out this little blonde strand. Then you can see the sunglasses, this little piece, which I guess with her arms down kind of looks like a jellyfish, but I don't like it very much, if I'm being honest. Maybe if I like pulled it down a little bit. Yeah, I mean, if I pull it down, it's not that bad. And then the shell top is really pretty. And then obviously love that. The skirt is fine. And then the shoes are pretty. So she ends up in a fun look. And now I'm going to put her in her second outfit, I guess. Okay, this is what I've decided as a second look. We have some sunglasses up here, the base top, and then I used the headscarf as like a little wraparound. Because I tried it as a top, but it just didn't look good. I think someone with a bigger chest would look better in that, like not Dracula, like, well, she was a little bit bigger, but like Abby. And then I added her little necklace, kind of looks like it's been like tied around her like calf, because it kind of just slips off her foot as an anklet. So I was like, let's just put it up here. So that is what I did there. I don't know if it's any good there, but I just kind of did it. I don't know, I guess I could use the little jacket thing right there, kind of pushed off, and then maybe that would complete this look. But yeah, also have the purse there. Her face is just so pretty. Then if you're curious about sunglasses, if you get out of your hair, they look like this. So they kind of just cover up her eyes entirely. They're not really that great as sunglasses to put on the doll, but they look great as a little decor piece. So the last things I want to do is compare this doll with other ones. So we have her Monster Fest doll, because this is her other doll with a side glance. So that is the comparison of the side glance. I don't know, they're both good, but I definitely think that this one is a little more refined. But you can see the smaller eye shape, kind of. And then for the blue in her hair, I was curious, and I think it's about an exact match to what was used on her Monster Fest doll. Yeah. So, if you're curious about that, and look at my Monster Fest doll's hair. I did a little faux hawk thing. It's really fun. Anyways, enough about Monster Fest. One of my favorite Lagoonas. I do have an extra Monster Fest doll, so I can use these little pearls on this doll, I think. I think that would look cool, especially with these short little sandals. And then the other thing is to compare everything else. So you can see this is her typical face screening. This is like the most perfect Lagoona that I have placement-wise and everything. So you can see the difference there with facial scales and kind of the eye shape in general. Definitely a little more like thinner on this side and like slightly farther apart, as you can see. So it really switches how her eyes look. I love my little big-eyed Lagoona right here, but this one is really fun too. I am welcome to both. Although I want them to keep this scale pattern forever, because like the original pattern is fine, but like this is so much better. Okay, I was right about the freckles. You can see the different patterning kind of around the nose. anyways. And then as for arm scale and stuff, like that's kind of the same. Yes, I did paint the fins blue, and this one will get painted blue fins as well. Yeah, I saw that noticed by Angelfish on here. Collector Space, I think is what it's called. I'm not entirely sure, but her forearms are slightly longer. Not by much, but just slightly longer with the new arm pegs. Not sure why, but that's just kind of how it worked out. And then that is what the leg gradient comparison is. This fucking camera cannot... I'm having trouble today. But yeah, you can see that is what the gradient in comparison looks like. I definitely prefer an actual gradient like this, but this I'm also okay with. Because this is the only perfect one I have. The rest of the leg gradients that I have are chipped. Every single one has little chips in it, but this one is the only one that I have that's perfect. So, and I have all of her releases, except for the 2-pack with Claudine and the Day Out. But I have every single other one of her releases, and they all have leg chipping issues except for this one, which is crazy because you'd think it wouldn't be like that, but it is. Anyways, that is going to be it because I keep yapping. So this is a really long video. I promise Jennifer's is going to be shorter now that I have the basics down for my review space. So yeah, I really like her. She is $33 at Target. If you found her a week earlier, unfortunately none of the Targets around me put them out a week earlier, but if you did, you would have gotten her for $30, but they are $33, just like the rest of the Skulltimate Secrets line. And for $33, you get, see, that didn't want to stay on. You get a lot of different outfit pieces and saran hair. So, like, I think it's pretty worth it. But, sales inevitably always happen for Skulltimate Secrets in the US. So, if you can wait, I would also just recommend waiting if you want to save some money. So, from my Instagram, I grant you a glorious, fantabulous day. Toodles!